Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scoosy16 here with another episode of the Chemlock League. The favorite season is over, and before we head to the playoffs and see who will be the champion in Season 4, we will, of course, as always, do the All-Star game. And we have the Yang All-Stars for Season 4 versus the Yin All-Stars for Season 4. I have the lineup set, or not the lineup set, but I have the team set. And we'll go over that in just a second. But for the fourth consecutive year, the Yang Conference will be hosting the All-Star Game as they still have the best record, this time from the Burglars. So we will be playing at Emerald Diamond for this matchup. So as we head to watch this game in a CPU versus CPU matchup, let's head over to the Emerald Diamond. We'll set this as a 6-inning game, as always. Designated hitter, no auto runner. And let's get into the lineup. So for the Yin All-Stars, we are going to see a couple of different starters here. So Annabella Escargot is not our left fielder. Give me a moment to set things up here. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So Grover is going to be our first baseman. And then we have... Man, this is all wonky. Whistle Thornton will be our right fielder. Third baseman will be Madison Zoner. We'll check DH here in a second. And then left fielder will be McKay. I think that's Mackay Peterson. We'll see in just a second. All right, so as far as how we're going to set this up, I'm going to put Madison Zoner in the number 1 spot in the order. She has that stealer trait, and she actually led the league in steals in Season 4. Nope, sorry, number 2 in steals. And this will be her second year in the All-Star game. Season 1, she played for the Ungulates. Behind her, I guess we can put Mackay Peterson here. Actually, let me set who I want to be in the DH spot here. Let's see, Lorelei. Actually, we're going to put Yup Joseph in the... Yeah, we're going to put Yup Joseph in the DH spot. He was just slightly more productive than Lorelei was in this game. So, as always, I set the primary players in their primary positions. I do move them. So Madison Zoner, I believe, is a primary shortstop. I moved her to third base just to fill out this without being negative impact to their fielding stat. We're going to put Ed Guerrero in the number 4 spot behind Jensen Ferber, who had a huge year. He was number 8 in the MVP voting. Number 9 was Ed Guerrero. We've seen him here before. We'll come through all of this information here a little bit later. Aaliyah Sesame will be at the bottom here. A big year from Whistle Thornton as well, so we'll bump him up in the order. Kind of going off of some rudimentary stats here for these players to get them in this lineup. And then, yeah, we'll put Grover Charles there. That's fine. And then on the mound will be Valentino Mastiff. Valentino was number 1, the MVP, the Cy Young winner this year. This is his second time in the All-Star game, Season 1 for the Ungulates, along with Madison Zoner. He gets the long reliever designation just so that we can hopefully get more players rotated in. We'll talk about these players at the end if we don't see them perform and play in this game. So that's going to be the Yin All-Star team. On the Yang All-Star team, let me do suggested lineup here. Terrence Park at third. Jack Mars will be the shortstop. I had to move him just so he could be in the right position. Dipper Bellotto will not be our center fielder. That will be Skylar Rocket. Really a kicky at second. Leanna Cross, Leanna Welch. Yeah, Leanna Welch. I'll talk about her in just a second. And then Rince Giles. So DH will be, let's see, taking a look at my notes here. Who had a big year that's not a starter. Ward Drake. Yeah, Ward Drake was a good, had a really great year, so we'll put him... Wait, where is he? Oh, he's already at first base. Never mind. So, let's see. Loki, no. Dipper Bellotto. Apologies, I should have had this ready to go beforehand, but I don't know if it stays when I leave, so I just figured I would... we're going to go with Terrence Sparks for the DH spot. What is wrong with me? What am I doing? Dipper Bellotto or Jamari Gates? We'll do Jamari for this one. Or Royce Coffee. Yeah, Jamari will get the start at the DH spot. And then the order. Let's do... let's find someone fast like Leon Cross. Put him in the leadoff spot. Put Terrence Sparks behind him. Jack Mars... Oh, actually, Skylar Rocket will be in the number 2 spot. Jack Mars will be number 3. He was... Skylar Rocket was number 2 in the MVP voting. Jack Mars was number 5. Leon Cross was number 7 in the MVP voting. Then we'll put... I think everybody else here looks like they're in good spot. Yeah, we'll do that. And then Cork Duffy, he was number 3 in the MVP voting, had a great year. You remember, first game of the season, we played against the Skulls, and we scored 2 runs on him, but he ended up just demolishing us and everyone else this season. So that's who's going to be in our starting lineup, and let's go ahead and get the game going. I'll break down some of the stats for these players and some of the reasons why they were selected for the All-Star game as we go. I'll do my best to keep up with it. I don't want to inundate you with stats as we go through this. I know it's just more for fun, but a good way for us to appreciate and acknowledge some of the players that have found success in the league this year and over the past years. So starting with Madison Zoner, she's on the burners this year. As I mentioned earlier, season 1, she played with the Undulates and she made the All-Star game. She was ranked 10th in batting average with a .373. And the others stand out for her. Only 1 home run, but 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 stolen bases. So able to get on base, move around a lot. Grounder here off the glove of Cork Duffy, and it's going to be safe at first base, so an infield single, I would assume, for Madison Zoner to get started, and now a Tier 2 Steeler trade at first base against a weak arm behind the plate. Makai Pearson, which I was just about to check on. I was trying to listen to her name. Didn't stand out much. She was from the Marauders. I'm sorry, the Maulers. No, the Marauders, excuse me. And 324 average, 979 OPS, 2 home runs, and 9 RBIs. So nothing of significant note, but definitely the best of a poor Marauders team this year. Cork Duffy should give him some recognition here as a grounder goes to first base. Drake to Mars, back to first, and Drake gets the out there. So a double play clears the bases for Cork Duffy. Cork was number 3 in the MVP vote. He tied for 5th in the whip category with a .79 whip. Also had a 1.99 ERA, 15 strikeouts, 3 complete games, 1 complete game shutout in 22 2/3 of an inning. So a great year for him. That's what gave him the start on the mound in this All-Star game. On the just getting a base hit there was Jensen Ferber, number 8 for the Sewer Sneaks. By the way, Cork Duffy was from the Skulls. Sewer Sneaks outfielder Jensen Ferber, number 8 in the MVP voting, tied for 2nd in RBIs with 14, tied for 4th with 5 home runs, 7th in batting average with a .383, and just a really great year. He also made it in season 1 for the Maulers. Ed Guerrero, you'll remember from last year being the MVP, the offensive MVP. He made it for the Maulers last year. He was number 9 in the MVP voting this year for the Dirt Dogs now. Batting .415 on the year, was 4th in the league. 5th with OPS with a 1.242, 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. He lines to the shortstop, and that'll end the inning for the Yin Conference. We'll start with Valentino Mastiff. You can see that red glove there. I forgot to change the color before this game, and he will be your MVP this year. He had a .46 ERA, number 1 in the league, 21 strikeouts, number 2 in the league, and just a really great year. He made it in year 1 with the Ungulates. A grounder from Leon Cross. Madison Zoner cuts off the shortstop and gets the out over at first base. We'll get Leon Cross next time he comes up to the plate, but want to acknowledge the other MVP of the league, and that is Skylar Rocket here. That bright orange bat and gloves shows that he was the MVP. Number 1 in OPS, 1.373, topped the league. 8 stolen bases led the league. Number 2 in average with a .478 batting average, 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. He made it back in year 2 for the Marauders, and he strikes out swinging here. And this man needs no introduction. Jack Mars led the league in home runs. I did go back and check. 7 is tied for the best home run total in a single season with 7 there. He led the league, tied for second in RBIs with 14, and a 1.239 OPS was 6th in the league. Last year, he made it for the Ungulates, so they have had a lot of previous representation. But Valentino Mastiff just lights out so far. He gets the strikeout against Jack Mars. Nobody reaches base. 1, 2, 3, and we switch sides. Whistle Thornton comes up. Number 7. I'm sorry, wrong player there. Whistle Thornton had a good year for the Sewer Sneaks. Jensen Ferber's counterpart in the outfield. He leads things off with a base hit here. Number 2 in RBIs with 14. He had 6 home runs, tied for second. 37 total bases, which was near the top in the league. And he didn't even make it in the top 10. He gets a base hit to lead things off. Here comes Russ Rosas. He is your Outlaws offensive representative. Had 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, a 300 batting average, and a 1.083 OPS. So not an amazing season, but a standout for the Outlaws. Cork Duffy checking on the runner there a couple of times over at first. Good speed from Thornton. And just a blast from the Outlaws infielder, Russ Rosas, with a 2-run homer to break this one open early, 433 feet, and he says, God will forgive you for that, but I won't. He gives a high five to his counterpart, Yup Joseph, and he heads to the dugout, giving the Yin Conference a 2-run lead. Here comes Yup now, the infielder for the Reapers. Representative had 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 5 doubles, had a 349 batting average. So good year for him. A 1.000 OPS. Tough out activates here at tier 3 on a 2-2 count. And lofted into right field. It looks like it's going to be playable. Catch from Aurelia Kiki will be out number 1, I believe. Coming to Grover Charles, the Pythons offensive representative, batting .326 and a 1.024 OPS on the year. 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, both in the top 10. Big hard hit there, but a tails foul down the left field line. Pulled foul this time. 1-2 count with 1 out. Cork Duffy trying to get himself straightened out as he's tense right now. Grounder pulled foul again. And a liner up the middle, Grover Charles with a single. He represented the Rippers back in season 3 in the All-Star game, so he has been here before. Here comes Aaliyah Sesame, another Python representative, best catcher in the Yin Conference. Has that Tier 2 Ace Exterminator along with Tier 3 First Pitch Slayer, which he took for a strike. Excuse me. Aaliyah had a 286 batting average, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Not a big year, but not much offensive options for catcher. So she gets a base hit here. She's able to find a way to get on base against Cork Duffy, who's been struggling already. See if Cork gets pulled early here. Madison Zoner comes up, and he does. Oh, yeah, Bitzer Hines. Wanted to point that one out. He plays for the Protectors this year. Had a great year. Of course he does after leaving the Outlaws and with just shambles last year. Base hit there through the middle. Weird little crazy hop for Skylar Rocket, who's able to get it in quickly, holding the runner at third base. Bitzer Hines. Where's his numbers at here? For the Protectors, a 1.71 ERA, a .95 whip, 224 opponent batting average. He had 11 strikeouts in one complete game, and he pitched 21 innings on the year. So the representative from the Protectors pitching staff, and yeah, disappointed in him when he was an outlaw. Good for him that he was able to turn it around, but it does kind of sting when you know that we brought him in to be a producer for us. And there we go. That's a big shot from the Yin Conference, a grand slam. And I didn't even catch who that was. 394 feet. And Mackay Peterson with a huge grand slam to break this one wide open. Only had 2 home runs in the regular season, but she was able to find her power stroke here. The Marauders outfielder puts a tag on that pitch, and Bitzer Hines is tense. Looking like the Yin Conference is going to run away with this one, right now at least, here in the top of the second with only 1 out. Jensen Ferber up base hit earlier in this one, and that one off the glove. 55% chance he was going to misplay that, and Kiki can't recover in time. It's going to be an infield base hit. Ed Guerrero comes up 0 for 1. But a big power hitter in the league over the last couple of years. Very impressive attributes. We'll keep an eye on him later in this game if he's still in here with that Tier 2 simulated trait. Grounder to short, over to second for 1. Not able to turn the double play, so it's going to be a fielder's choice for out number 2, and Whistle Thornton will come up. I did speak about Whistle Thornton earlier, so we'll have to see if the Yang All-Stars can get out of this one and hopefully get themselves to a place where they can try and start catching up on offense. 1-2 count, pitch out there. Checking on the runner over at first. Grounder pushed foul. Thornton staying alive. And there's strike 3 on the corner, called to end the inning, but 6 runs come across on 2 home runs from Russ Rosas from the Outlaws and from Mackay Peterson of the Marauders. Terrence Sparks comes up from the Yangs. First pitch swinging, and he blasts it to deep center right field. Whistle Thornton on his horse gets it as he's ranging back towards the warning track. Excuse me one moment. Aurelia Kiki from the Dive Bombers had a pretty solid year this year. 364 batting average, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Not as good as Skylar Rocket, but still had a great year altogether. And she'll pop up behind second base. Ranging back is Ed Guerrero, catching that for out number 2. Out number 2. And here comes Ward Drake, the Protectors' first baseman. Sixth in batting average with a 400, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. Really solid year from the infielder. He's actually the second offensive representative for the Protectors, along with his teammate Leon Cross. But he strikes out swinging, and Valentino Mastiff is on one today, as he has just been shutting down that Yang All-Star team right now. Russ Rosas with a 2-run homer earlier in the last inning against Cork Duffy. He swings at one there and pops a foul out of play. With a 1-1 count, he takes ball outside. And Bitzer Hines getting to the end of his day. Just as a reminder, I set all of the pitchers at relief pitcher except for the starter. And that's just to try and get more of these players in. And Rosas pops up behind the plate. And it's going to pop off the netting. I thought that was going to be playable. Here he lofts it into right field. That one's going to die. Calling that and catching it is Leanna Welch. Wanted to get to her. Haven't gotten a chance to yet. Yup, Joseph, the Reaper infielder. Bitzer Hines gets replaced from another former outlaw, Rory Bowen, from the Ungulates. So another Ungulates representative here. 2.84 ERA, a 1.05 whip, He actually tied for 8th with 17 strikeouts. He had 2 complete games, including a complete game shutout in 19 innings pitched. This is actually the second year. What a play from Aurelia Kiki. Diving play up the middle. She's able to make the catch for out number 2. Rory actually was a representative of the favorites back in season 2. And so this is his second All-Star game. Lofted into left field, ranging in to get that one is Leon Cross, and that'll end the inning. So nice job from Rory Bowen to replace Bitzer Hines. Third pitcher for the Yang Conference already. Mastiff has been cruising, so who knows if he'll even have an issue getting to, if we'll even get a chance to see any of the other pitchers in the lineup for the Yen Conference. Ed Guerrero tries to do his best, really a Kiki impression, and it's going to get into center field for a base hit. I wanted to touch on Leanna Welch. Leanna was so impressive this year. I think the best former Outlaw production-wise. Tied for 7th with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs. She had a .313 batting average and a 1.044 OPS. 32 total bases for her. One of a handful of players to get over 30 total bases. Just a really great outing for her in her first career All-Star game, and she gets a base hit. So she'll reach base safely. 2 on and nobody out, so maybe we're finally breaking through against Valentino Mastiff. Rince Giles comes up from the Undulates, batting .409, 1.371 OPS, had 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. So a great offensive stat line for the catcher for the Undulates. 0-2 count, and he swings through strike 3, so Mastiff gets a little bit of his mojo back. And that'll be out number 1. Leon Cross comes up, the Protectors outfielder. 0 for 1 today. Takes a ball inside. That one drops in for a strike. Mastiff approaching the 40 pitch mark, and it's going to be another base hit. This one up the middle. Jensen Ferber comes up throwing. It's going to hold the runner over there at third base, so bases will be loaded with 1 out. And Skylar Rocket, the MVP of the league this year, with an opportunity to show why he was the MVP. Only 3 home runs, but big hitter, big OPS this year. Oh, he gets underneath it, lost it into deep left center field. Likely deep enough to score the run here from third, but both other runners tag and hold. And that's going to be 6-1. But here comes Jack Mars, the home run king of season 4. From your favorites, 40 pitches for Mastiff. Let's see if Jack Mars can get something to work in his favor here. Little hack activated. He pops it foul. He's going to get out of play. Ranging over to get to that one, and just out of play. Grover Charles can't make it. K Neglector activates on an 0-2, and he lofts it into center field off the end of his bat. It's going to die out there. Catch from Jensen Ferber to end the inning. So the rally ends. Mastiff gets out of a big jam, and only 1 run allowed to score. 6-1 here, heading into the top of the 4th. Aaliyah Sesame with a very scary set of attributes there on the first pitch against Ace. Excuse me, I'm drinking some water, but my throat's got a scratch in it, coming off of a cold. A grounder to short. Jack Mars makes the play. That's out number 1.
The third baseman, number 15,
Madison Zoner's been getting on base, 2 for 2 with 2 singles today. Continuing where she left off in the regular season. Drops a strike in there. Nice pitch from Bowen. Ball there. We might actually get a chance to see him stimulated if it kicks in the next half inning. Whiffer activates, and there it is. Nice strikeout from the former Outlaw. Originally the ace of the Outlaw pitching staff in year 1 of the Outlaws, if you remember back then. It's been a minute, but yeah, he has grown a lot since then. 1-1 count here. Blast to deep center field. Going back on it is Skylar Rocket, and he'll catch it right at the warning track, right up against the wall to end the inning. So 1-2-3 for Rory Bowen. And back out to the mound is Valentino Mastiff with 43 pitches already. Terrence Sparks comes up. I didn't get a chance to talk about him from the Skimmers. 333 average, a 1.068 OPS. Tied for 7th with 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. So a solid season from the Skimmers. The Skimmers infielder, and he'll get a base hit here. A leadoff single for the Yang Conference, and just like last time, they're getting some momentum here. Really, Akiki had a huge defensive play earlier in this game, looking to see if she can capitalize offensively against a tired Mastiff. This will be his 50th pitch on an 0-2 count. K Neglector activates and ripped foul down the third baseline, excuse me. And just making contact on the slider there goes foul as well. Pulling foul now. Just really good battle here for Kiki, spoiling some good pitches from Mastiff. Takes the ball high, takes ball outside. This will likely be the last batter for Mastiff. Another pop foul there, 2-2. Ball outside, working the count full with nobody out. Kiki will get a base hit. A big hop behind the mound. Prevents Ed Guerrero from making the play as it bounces over his glove as he was diving. And now Ward Drake will come up with 2 on and nobody out.
Now pitching,
Madden Zimmerman will come in to replace Valentino Mastiff, the Bone Chills starter. Had 17 Ks, which was 8th in the league. He also had 1.17 ERA, which was 8th in the league. Really great year from him. He was the Season 2 Outlaws pitching representative, and he comes in, uses that rally stopper trait to immediately get a double play. A ground ball down the line. Grover Charles can't get to it. Runner will score from third base, and it's going to be a base hit from the Yang Conference, making it 6-2 now here in the bottom of the 4th. Leanna Welch comes up for the second time, 1 for 1 today. Fastball hitter as activated against Madden. We'll see if he is selective with his pitches here. Former teammates back in Season 2. And a fastball, but going to just land foul in the stands. 1-1 count with 2 outs. She gets another fastball, but high, and she can't make contact. Tier 3 K collector for Madden Zimmerman. She makes contact there, staying alive, spoiling a good pitch. And she swings through strike 3 at 101 miles an hour. Madden Zimmerman, really great performance out there as he's able to mitigate a very tough situation that he got brought into. Only allowed 1 run, and I believe that run will be Mastiff's responsibility. So we have 2 former Outlaw pitchers on the mounds for both teams right now in this All-Star game. Of course, I'm thinking back to the glory days of the Outlaws when we saw the season that was the favorites this year. Jensen Ferver battling off a couple of pitches here against Bowen. Bowen did not get stimulated, but he is locked in. Now 2-2. 25th pitch on the way is a grounder up the middle. Kiki, I almost said Jack Mars there. Kiki will get that on the backhand and toss the first for out number 1. Ed Guerrero will come in. 0 for 2 today. Bowen stays on the mound while he's still locked in. And a grounder past the diving Jack Mars into center field. It's going to be a 1-out base hit for Ed Guerrero, reaching base for the first time in this All-Star game. Whistle Thornton will come up. Beans Mostis comes in to replace Rory Bowen. Let's talk Beans Mostis for a second here. Below zeros pitcher with a 1.72 ERA. He had a complete game shutout at one point during the season and 8 strikeouts. He gives up a base hit down the third baseline, and it's going to be a standing double for the Yin Conference, rallying once again here with 1 out. Runners on second and third for Russ Rosas. Rally stopper activated for Mostest. Some weird names here. Beans. And that's going to be pop foul, 1-2 count. A dribbler foul just underneath the bat there. And strike 3, swung right through a pitch right outside the zone. And that'll be 2 outs for Joseph. Tier 2's choker here in a high-pressure situation. So it's going to work against him. This could be a time where you consider replacing your or getting a pinch hitter in here. He'll pop up. So rally stopper works out for Beans Mostas, and he gets 2 outs with runners on second and third, not allowing a run to score, and it's 6-2 heading into the bottom of the 5th. Rince Giles will come up to the plate, 0 for 1 today. Madden Zimmerman remains on the mound. Gets a first pitch strike there, called. Ball low and outside. Still struggling with some accuracy issues, but effective with the stuff that he has. And a dribbler foul down the third baseline, just on the other side of the bag. 0-2 or 2-2 count here. We'll have K Collector activated. Swings through strike 3, so Madden Zimmerman with a nice pitch there gets Rince Giles down swinging. And we'll turn to the top of the order once again. Third time here for Leon Cross, 1 for 2 with a single. There's strike 1. Pop foul or pop up into shortstop there. Calling it and catching that is Russ Rosas for out number 2. Skylar Rocket missed a huge opportunity with bases loaded earlier in this game. He did get a sacrifice fly, and he lost this one into left center field. That's carrying, but I think it's not going to die, and it will. Makai Peterson catches that to end the inning. So 1-2-3 for Madden Zimmerman, showing why he deserved to be an all-star. And the in-conference looking to maybe add to their lead and then close the door in the 6th. Grover Charles will come up with tier 2 bad ball hitter. Pop foul there. Beans Mostas getting business done here. Gets 2 quick strikes and then the called strike 3 for out number 1.
Number 99,
Aaliyah Sesame, 1 for 2 with a single. The catcher for the Pythons. Looking to see if she can get on base in any way possible to help her team out. Pops foul there. 0-2 count. Ball outside. She doesn't chase. Beans will get her to pop up, but that one gets out of in foul territory. And here's a loft into center field. Ranging back as Jack Mars gets called off by Skylar Rocket, and that'll be out number 2.
third baseman, number 15, Madison Zoner.
So Madison Zoner comes up for the fourth time today, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Pop foul there. And a grounder to third. Terrence Sparks with the backhand tosses across the diamond for out number 3. So nice pitching from him. Unless they score 4 runs, that'll be the end of the defense for the Yang Conference. Now it's all about offense. And Jack Mars, he was somebody we wanted to see represent the favorites in a great way, but he hasn't. Lorelei Von Crum will replace Grover Charles. Lorelei from the Blurs, batting .304, an .855 OPS, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. She made it back in season 2 for the Sewer Snakes, so she'll be at first base. She catches that grounder to the pitcher, and that's out number 1. Jack Mars was a disappointment here today, just kind of par for the favorite season. He was our lone bright spot. And Terrence Sparks puts a spark into that one. Deep center field off of that platform that you see the right there in that center field, 451. Terrence Sparks with a huge shot there. He tied for 7th in the top 10 with 4 home runs. And he showed the power right there. Big shot from him makes it 6-3 now. Madden Zimmerman is no longer locked in. Now he's approaching the 25 pitch mark. Aurelia Kiki 1 for 3, I think, with a single, and she grounds to third. That's out number 2. Last hope is Ward Drake here. He's 0 for 2 already. He's been quiet. He had a 400 batting average during the season, so we'll see if he can make some good contact here and keep the game alive for the Yang All-Stars. Ball outside. And ball low. 3-1 count with 2 outs for Madden Zimmerman. Gets a grounder to short. Rosas over to Lorelei Von Crum. Will end the game. The Yin All-Stars win in Season 4. This would be I'm doing some math here. The second time that the Yin All-Stars have won. They won back in Season 1, 11-4. This is the second time that they've won in 4 years. The last 2 years have been the Yang Conference dominating, and the Yin decide to battle back. 6-3 is the score. I'm just make that quick note on my scorecard here. And you can see some results here. Big home run from Makai Peterson, the grand slam. A 2-run homer from Russ Rosas, and that was the offense for the Yin Conference. On the other side, Terrence Sparks with a home run and an RBI sacrifice fly for Skylar Rocket. We also had a base hit from Jamari Gates earlier. It allowed the 3rd run to score, and that was all the offense for the Yang Conference. Duffy wasn't great. Spitzer Hines wasn't either. Bowen pitched really well, and Beans Moses came in great relief for the Yang Conference. Valentino Mastiff had a really great performance. He kind of got a little tired towards the end there, allowing a couple of runs to score. And then Madden Zimmerman, really solid. He gets the win. Did allow the 1 home run there, but it was a solo shot, and he still was able to close things out to finish the game. You're going to see Peterson, followed by Sparks, followed by Rosas as your top 3, and that is the All-Star game for the Chemlock League here in Season 4. So fun matchup there. Just to give us an opportunity to kind of acknowledge some of the players. I won't do any of the details here, but just to give everyone an opportunity to be represented, I will just briefly go through some of the players that did not show up in today's game. So we saw Leah Sesame, Grover Charles, Ed Guerrero. We did not get a chance to see Annabella Escargot. That was the Bone Chills offensive representative. She did not have a great season, but it was definitely the best of that team with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. We didn't see Warner Madrano. He played for the Maulers this year, and he I won't go through some of the stats here, but just wanted, unless they're notable, but the Maulers infield representative for the Yin Conference. Madison Zoner, Joseph, Lorelei Von Crum. There's Rosas and Peterson, Fervor, and Thornton. So we saw a Mastiff. We did not see Leanna Jaramillo. She pitched for the Blurs, tied for 5th with 18 strikeouts this season. D. Ford still pitching for the Reapers. He made it in Season 3 for the Reapers, so even after the shuffle draft, he still makes the All-Star team, and he still stays with his Reapers, tied for 5th with a .79 whip and a .54 opponent batting average is also 5th. So great year from the reliever from the Reapers. Stephanie Lopside shows up for the Maulers. Good pitcher there with a .75 whip. Luciano Stafford represents the Pythons. He also made it back in Season 2 with the Below Zeros. Lionel Davis, as you can see by those 2 traits, it would be a player I'd love to have on an all-spirited team. Lionel Davis, number 1 in whip with a .51, number 2 in opponent batting average with a 128 OBA, number 2 in the league. So very dominant for the Burners. He is their representative. We saw Madden Joshua Lawrence from the Outlaws, so that was their pitching representative. 17 strikeouts, tied for 8th in the league. And then we have Waldo Ho from the Marauders, 2.57 ERA. Okay performance from him. And lastly, Edgar Lang. He pitched for the Dirt Dogs this year. He makes it to the All-Star game for the first time. Good for him, former Outlaw. We let him go in Season 2 because he wasn't performing well, but he has been able to turn it on since joining the Dirt Dogs. The other team, the Yang All-Stars, we'll take a look at some of the players that did not get a chance to be represented today. That would include Dipper Bellato. Dipper played for the Burglars. The infielder also made it back in season 3 for the Marauders. And Loki Holcorn, he made it for the Scroungers this year, tied for 7th with 4 home runs, tied for 9th with 12 RBIs. Also, Royce Coffey made it from the Rippers, tied for 7th with 4 home runs. He made it back in season 3 for the Skimmers as well, so continuing to represent the Yang Conference. On the pitching side of things, you'll see our guy, Asher Garcia. He was 4th with 19 strikeouts this year. He showed up in season 3 for the Undulates, and he was actually the Cy Young winner back in season 3. Rough outcome for Reeve Blackwell, the Dive Bombers representative, was number 6 in the All-Star voting. I'm sorry, in the top 10 voting. He was number 1 in strikeouts with 23. He showed up back in season 2 and in season 3 for the Scroungers. So he is representing for the third time, one of only 2 players, I believe, that have represented the All-Star game 3 different times. No one has done it all 4 years. Reeve pitched very well for the Dive Bombers. Will Moran actually was number 4, just behind Cork Duffy for the top spot on the Yang Conference. He pitched for the Skimmers, 20 strikeouts, was 3rd in the league, had 1 complete game shutout as well. And Bitzer Hines, we talked about him, as well as Beans and Rory. Leonard Gongham pitched for the Burglars this year, .52 opponent batting average was good for 4th this year. .98 was 7th in the league, and ERA. .98 ERA was 7th, and a .82 WHIP for good for 9th in the league. So good year for Leonard Gongham of the Burglars. Turner Franklin shows up, and he represents the Scroungers. Good year for him. He had 1 complete game and 14 strikeouts. And then Jane Fiducci of the Rippers shows up with 15 strikeouts. Don't know my numbers. So that is your representative from the All-Star teams of both both conferences. And like I said last time, let me look at time really quick. Yep, we're still good, but we're getting tight. Let's head back over to the favorites and let's simulate through the playoffs. So I am going to just quick sim through this and we'll see the results at the end. I'm rooting for the Outlaws. We'll see if they can make it to the championship series for the 4th time in 4 years and if they can get their 2nd ring. Let's take a look as we will fast sim through these. The Outlaws make it again, but they lose this time in 2 games to the Protectors. The Protectors have been in the playoffs for most of these years, and they finally get their 1st ring. The Outlaws continue their streak of making it to the championship finals and then failing to capitalize on that opportunity. So tough loss there. Let's take a quick look at who was your number 1 league leader, the MVP of the playoffs would be Turtle Zhang. Did not allow an earned run, had 5 strikeouts and 2 saves. Then you see Tyson Mosley, 409 average, had 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, and a lot of Protectors and a lot of Outlaws on this list. So that is pretty crazy to see the Outlaws there again for the 4th time. Tough luck for them that they still cannot get that ring after year 1. But let's head over to our player re-signing and see what we're going to do here. I don't know what to do with a lot of these players. So let's start with the ones that are important to us, right? So Jack Mars, he's a core player. He was an all-star this year. He's asking for 13.2 with a current valuation of 13.9. I'm going to say I'm not going to roll that 64% dice on this one. I am going to re-sign him at asking. No point in risking him right now. I'm also interested in Sullivan Reddier being part of this core. So he's asking for 8.1 and a value of 7.9. I'm going to give him the roll of the die here. 94% chance he comes back. Let's take a look. And he will sign, so he's back for us. And then I'm going to go to Asher Garcia. He's asking for 18.7 with a value of 19.4. There's no way I'm not bringing this guy back, so I am going to avoid rolling the dice on a 64% chance, and we're going to re-sign him at asking. All right, who else do we want? Well, I'd say we'd like to keep our top 3 pitchers here, but Cumulo Lawrence had a huge glow-up here in our first season attribute-wise. She's asking for 11.6 on a value of 12.3. I don't think it's worth it to bring her back. I'm going to roll the dice. It's 19% chance, so it's very unlikely. If she comes back, amazing. If she doesn't, I think that's what we were expecting anyways. We'll see if maybe we can bring her back in the offseason or if there's another option. She rips it up. She's done. She tearfully declines. She's sad to be a part of this organization, and I don't blame her. 96% for Jess Trujillo. I'm much more optimistic about her, and even her as a number 2 is pretty decent. She just had like 1 or 2 bad innings in the season. Otherwise, I was really happy with her, but I'm going to roll the dice here. 96% chance. Let's take a look. I'm going to have to speed this up here. And she'll sign, so of course that's the case. So I like Cairo Cohen. I want him to come back. He didn't pitch well, but I think that we'll just chalk that up to a fluke. He's ready and all in, 100%. He's coming back. Chris Blopside, asking for 10 on a 9.7, but a 99% chance. I'm going to roll the dice here, and he's going to re-sign. Jericho House I like a lot, so I'm going to bring him back as well. I think he's a good development prospect. It was sad that we lost the cake collector trade on him, but it was tier 1, so not the biggest loss. He still has that tier 3 elite 4-seam fastball. So where do we go from here? I think I'm just going to re-sign anybody I can at this point and plan to replace them in the off season for a big upgrade. So 75% chance for Turf. I'll roll the dice here. He tears up the contract. That's fine. Artichoke Taverna will roll the dice here, and she comes back. Tucker Long, didn't dislike him, but I don't think he fits our chemistry. So I'll roll the dice, and he'll come back. Skylar Stewart, fine with her. Forrest Ponce, yeah, of course he's eager to come back. He played like shit this year. Devin Schultz, we'll re-sign him. Vito Cummings, same thing. We'll just skip through these. Marv Panther wants to come back. He's still under value. He was disappointing this year for me, in my opinion. Let's see if Giselle Patton wants to come back. Sure. Colby Foster, I do like him. And Rocco Marshall, fine. Homer Harden, sure. Larry Butters, let's roll it. And then Amelia McKay, indifferent. She pitched okay for us. 55% chance to come back. She's also cheap, so I think we can get her back pretty easy if she does not accept. And she does. So we're losing 2 players this year, Turf Woodard and Cumulo Lawrence. Of course, as you know, we have so many spots that we need to fill. So what I'm going to do is a lot of team reviewing. I'm going to do a lot of scouting in the off season. Next time out, you will watch the off season. I will have a lot of players start. I'll have a game plan in place, and we're going to see if we can turn this organization around sooner, much rather than later. We have 23 million in surplus, so we have a lot of money to work with, even if we don't give ourselves a good budget to work with, even if we're a little tighter. But I want to see much more success, or at least a lot more promising options available to us next year. So I have a lot of work to do. I hope that you are excited to stick around, and we'll see what year 2 brings with the favorites, and we'll see what we can do next time out. So thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a great one. Bye, everyone.